Hi, in this lesson we're going to create a pivot table. A pivot table is just a neat way of presenting large amounts of data. For example, on this spreadsheet here I have a list of cars by make, model, the year they were manufactured and the value of the car itself. And there's approximately just over 30 odd rows of information. So what I would like to do is to present this in a summary form. Now, a pivot table takes many forms, but the most common one, certainly the most easiest one to do, is take this form here. So this is the same data, okay, but this summarizes it. So what we're looking at here is all the makes of cars, okay, by their make and model. So if I just want to see the Ford cars, I'll click on all here, click on Ford, do OK, and I now just see the models of the Ford cars and their values. If I want to see the BMWs, click on BMWs, OK, and now just see the BMWs. And to display every single model, click on all, click on OK, and then I'm back to where I was at the beginning. Okay, as I said, pivot tables are generally quite easy to construct, and you can also construct pivot tables with what they call slicers and create pivot charts, which we'll look into later. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this sheet. Okay, and then I'm going to close that off, and then we're going to start from fresh. Generally, it's good to have the pivot table in a separate sheet on its own. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to create a new sheet. I'm going to rename it Pivot A. And now, strictly speaking, it's not absolutely necessary, but I'm going to move it so it appears right next to the actual data. So this is not necessary, this is just for demonstration purposes. Okay, so first step, highlight all your data, including the headings, and then from the insert menu you choose pivot table. It will confirm the selected data range. As you've highlighted it, you can leave that as it is, and then I'm going to put it into an existing worksheet, i.e. the one that I've just created. So I click on the find, then go to pivot A. I'm going to drop it in at cell A1. And I click on OK and OK. Now this is the hardest part. I want to replicate the sheet that I've already shown you. So I want the make. Beg your pardon. What's happening there? I want the make to appear in the report filter at the top, so you can see there it says make. I want the model to go in as the row label. You see now all the models appear, and finally I want to have show the values in the column next door, so it will summarize the values, and that's it. I can then close that. Okay, and I can see now my pivot table. I can summarize it as I showed you before. Just look at the Fords, and then go back to all. Okay. If I change the values in the data, so at the moment